If you're tired of feeling unsatisfied with your productivity and think you don't have the energy to accomplish your goals, this video is for you. Today, I will share a few principles that will help you live your life in accordance with your purpose and start focusing not on squeezing more into your limited hours, but finding ways to do more with the time that you already have. Before I start the video, I want to take a quick second to announce my Notion templates. I have been working on those templates for a while now, and now they're live and you can get one on my website. Currently, there are 3 Notion templates to choose from. The first one is your ultimate habit tracker, to stay consistent and track all of your habits. There are so many cool features and formulas that I included in every single one of the templates to make them a little bit more special. The second template is my language learning corner. If you guys are learning foreign languages, if you're planning to learn a foreign language, you will love this template a lot. There's so many cool features, like one that tracks how long you've been learning this language for. And finally, my content calendar for success. If you are an aspiring content creator, or if you already have a social media presence, you will love this template. It's basically an organizational database for you to keep track of all your content and stay consistent online. You can find all of them by clicking the link in my description. Right now, you can see all the chapters of today's video, everything we're going to be talking about. At the end of the video, I'll share some homework with you so that you can get the most out of everything I'll be sharing today. So let's begin by talking about the fundamental source of efficiency, because a lot of people think it's time, but it's actually not time. It's your energy. This is something that I learned from the book, The Power of Full Engagement. And if you're interested in this topic of energies and time, I highly recommend getting this book and reading it. The reason why we often forget about this important fact that our energy helps us be efficient and productive is because we are limited to 24 hours per day. So we naturally focus on optimizing our time. But honestly, time alone won't help us achieve our goals. We also need energy. Without it, we can't perform at our full potential. Let's just simplify it completely. Think about the time when you get sick. You have a fever and you really don't feel that great. When this happens, you don't work, you take days off to recover, you normally don't study, like you don't do anything because you just feel so bad. You kind of have all the time in the world to do whatever it is you want to do when you're sick, but you can't because you don't have the energy. You need to let your body recover and start feeling better. And I hope this little, very simplified example shows you very clearly how important energy is. Without energy, we really can't do anything. So rather than optimizing our schedules, we should focus on optimizing the quantity and quality of our available energy. And also help ourselves get more good quality energy when we need it the most. Because the quality of your resting period is likely to influence the quality of your productive time. Now let's move on to compiling your energy list. So on Notion, I have a list of all the activities that give me energy. I always make sure I can access this list so that I can take good quality breaks and not just waste my time on social media when I feel like I need to take a break. So basically, the way my list is structured is I have a lot of activities that I rate from, I think, -1 to +2. +2 is an activity that gives me a lot of energy. Like the moment I start doing it, I already feel so much better. Just 1 or +1 is activities that do give me energy, but maybe not as much. 0 is, I'm probably not sure, most likely I'm not sure, or they don't give me energy, but they also don't take away from my energy. Or maybe I haven't tried this activity yet, so that's why I'm not sure. And the last energy score that I have is -1. These are the activities that might give energy to other people, for example, but for me personally, not really. Like, I don't find this activity particularly energizing. So examples from my table that I think are +2 for me are walking in the park, or like being in nature, everything that is connected to like green trees. The nature, being connected to the nature is always a major energy giver for me. Then also drinking tea and making tea. I really like the process of making tea and then drinking tea, like this mini tea ceremony. It really gives me a lot of energy. Swimming gives me a lot of energy, either swimming in the ocean or swimming in the pool, especially swimming in the ocean. Unfortunately, I don't live very close to the beach. I have to take a plane to the beach, but every time I go on vacation and I swim in the ocean, I'm like, oh my God, I feel so energized and so refreshed right now. And also doing yoga. When I do yoga, when I get into this flow, it really helps me get this energy back. I think taking breaks from work is extremely important. I used to be that person in the past who would always just work, grind. And that's why I had a lot of masculine energy in me. Like, we all have masculine and feminine energies within ourselves, and it's completely normal. But in the past, for me, the main energy was definitely the masculine energy, because I was always about work. I was constantly talking about work. I was constantly thinking about work. And right now, I really prioritize my recovery and my feminine energy. Recovery is really a very important part of sustaining high levels of energy and thus high performance. If we work and push ourselves all the time, like push, then we'll constantly flood our bodies with stress hormones, which over time cause aggressiveness and impatience. And oh my God, let me tell you, that's exactly something that was happening to me in the past all the time, because I was constantly working, because I was never letting myself rest. I always felt like I was a little bit too aggressive and I was extremely impatient. When I take care of my energy levels, I'm also taking care of my feminine energy a lot more too. If we think of feminine energy as this gentle breeze that helps you feel calm and relaxed, it becomes easier to understand that when you take care of your energy throughout the day and avoid overworking yourself, you're letting that gentle breeze flow freely. And feminine energy is all about tuning into your body's signals and needs. And so in the past, when I was in this go mentality, I was not listening to my body at all. And that's why my feminine energy was lacking. It's like, you know, when you feel tired or stressed out and your body is literally crying for help. Your body is telling you you need to take a break right now. So by listening to these signals and taking breaks when needed, you're honoring your feminine energy. Now let's move on to talking about intrinsically motivating work. I think that to really help conserve our energy when we're working, it is so important to find a job that is intrinsically motivating. There are two types of motivation, intrinsic and extrinsic. So think of intrinsic motivation as the stuff that makes you want to do things just because they're fun or because they make you feel good inside. For example, I like making these videos for all of you just because I think it's fun and it makes me feel good on the inside. Now, extrinsic motivation is a bit different. It's like when you do something because you get a reward for it. Like when you clean your room because your mom says she'll give you a cookie or money afterward. So this is definitely extrinsic motivation. You're not cleaning because it's your value, let's say. You think it's important for you to live in a clean space. No, you're doing it because your mom told you to do it. So that's why you're doing it. Or for example, when you study hard because you want to get a good grade or you want to make your parents proud, but not because you genuinely love studying hard. The motivation comes from outside, like getting something or avoiding something bad. So when we do our job and we want to continue doing it because the activity itself is fun and satisfying for us, we're gonna conserve a lot of energy. Because in many situations, external rewards such as money or fame can actually undermine our motivation. And over time, we're gonna feel like we're only doing this specific activity for money. And that's why you hear so many people quit their jobs, their high-paying jobs, just because they can't do this anymore. They don't have the motivation to continue working for money. Just for money, just for the sake of it. And this is how we move on to talking about why laziness doesn't exist. You've probably heard a lot of people talk about it. I have on the internet, some of my friends do too. And at first it was like, What do you mean? What do you mean laziness doesn't exist? Like, I literally feel lazy to exercise every single day. Like, every single day I have to push myself to exercise. That was old Veronika. Before I understood like the deep concept behind this expression. If you say you're feeling lazy to do a specific thing, there are a few possible things hiding behind it. And we have to dive deep to understand the reason. It might be that you don't know your values. It might be that you are just exhausted, like completely exhausted. Or that you're betraying your values. Like you actually know your values, but you are actively betraying them. And that was something that was happening to me. Well, first, I honestly didn't really know my values, and I had to do this exercise where I just sat down and wrote a list of like 10 things that I value in my life, 10 of my biggest values, and one of them was my health. And so to stay healthy, I need to exercise. And I realized that every time I was saying that, I feel lazy to exercise, I was betraying my value. And when I phrase this concept this way, like when I don't exercise, I betray my value, meaning I betray myself, I'm like, do I feel lazy now? I don't think so. I don't feel lazy now at all. Our values provide the framework for how we would like to behave. If you want to find out what your personal values are, ask yourself what matters most to you. As I said before, what matters most to me, for example, is staying healthy. So if I don't take time to exercise, I'm not going to be healthy. Because I know this is my value, I will always make sure I have the time to exercise. And if I feel like not exercising, I need to check in with myself and see if my energy levels are low in general and find out the reasons, right? Because I mentioned that part, you're overexhausted. And if you feel like you're extremely exhausted, okay, you need to ask yourself, why? Like, what happened here? Why are you so exhausted that you have to start betraying your values? For example, now I know that during the luteal phase of my menstrual cycle, I feel pretty tired naturally. And so it's a lot more natural for me at this time of my cycle to just say, like I really don't want to go to the gym. And that's why right now I try to make sure that I take it easy during those days and opt for gentle stretching or gentle yoga flows instead of going to the gym and like pushing myself hard and like lifting weights and going for it. Once I began practicing cycle syncing, I started paying close attention to how my body feels through different phases of my cycle during the month. By paying attention to my menstrual cycle and doing things that match each phase, I can help my body feel better and this way have more energy. It's basically giving your body exactly what it needs at just the right time. So this way your body can work its best. And now finally, let me share with you how you can create a new schedule for yourself. We're not equally effective throughout the day, so it's important to honor that and to build your schedule around it as much as possible. So the first thing you should do is start observing your energy levels throughout the day and identifying low times and high times, when you naturally have more or less energy. And then you can start building your schedule from that. This is how my day usually looks like, but I always give myself the freedom to observe and to change things when needed. There are a few blocks of high energy and low energy, and obviously the time for me to, wake up, do my morning routine, have lunch, have breakfast, have dinner and stuff like that. Because believe me, in the past, I did not have those blocks and I could just like go all day without eating, working all day, overworking myself, and then at night, no wonder I felt horrible. Remember I talked about my luteal phase? And remember I said that during my luteal phase, I feel like I have a lot more blocks of low energy than high energy. Well, during this phase of my cycle, my energy levels look something like this. As you can see, it's very, very different. And yes, I understand that for some of you watching this video, sometimes it's just not possible to honor your energy levels all the time. Maybe because of work or school, your schedule is just not that flexible, but sometimes you can. Maybe it's the weekend, or maybe it's the day when you're just not that busy with work. And so checking in with yourself and asking yourself how much energy you have, I think it's very important. If you need help keeping track of your daily habits and staying more organized, I highly recommend checking out my new Ultimate Habit Tracker. I created this Notion template so that you could start monitoring all your habits in one convenient place, saving you time and mental headache. The template includes advanced formulas and showcases a super convenient progress bar and ring for each habit. It's fully customizable, and I added a free instruction tutorial for you to make the most out of it. If you want to get my Ultimate Habit Tracker for Notion, make sure to click the link in the description and visit my website. So I promised to give you homework today. Create a list of the activities that give you energy. You can rate them from -0 to +2 if you want to, or you can just create a list of all the activities that you think are +2 for you, that give you a lot of energy, and make sure you can always easily access this list, especially when you feel like you're not in the mood to do anything. And then the next part of your homework is changing your schedule as much as you can to accommodate for your natural energy changes throughout the day. Maybe you can only do it on the weekend. It's fine. I think a few days a week is better than nothing. And even throughout the day, if you can take little breaks, or if you can take a little bit of time to restore all of this energy, it's gonna be great as well. If you're still watching this video at this point, first of all, thank you so much. And second, comment your favorite green emoji so that I could see who watches my videos up to the very end. Mine are these, if you're wondering. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you want to see what habits help me improve my life, continue watching this video, and I'll see you there.